Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Yes, I was right. And it wasn't hard at all. I mean, it was hard, but it wasn't hard at all. These guys are operating so low to us that really it's hard not to observe it. You have to be very busy eating the other person's fleas not to see the reality right here. In order to, it's right here. So that's why I don't pretend, or I don't award myself medals when I tell you things and they come true, because it's easy. Things are easy. It's right there, right there. So what's going on here? Today I made this video on Trump and Putin meeting. They set it for next week, and they said they already agreed to a venue. Okay? So that was the video. And in the video I said these guys are going to give us information peak by peak. They're going to drop by drop, not the whole glass, because even the baboons will see it if they give us the whole thing at once. That's why they give it peak, peak. That's why. So that was one reason. I'm going to give you now more information they give us about what happened and who actually won in the I want to meet Putin. Oh, obviously we won. And another thing, this little article, actually I have two articles here ready for you, will reveal something that they did not reveal before. The Americans were the ones offering the Russians something, not the Russians. The Russians were like boom 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 boom. What? Okay. More like okay. What? Oh, you have an offer? Yeah, I want to hear it. Oh, okay. It's acceptable. So the Russians were still busy fighting or whatever they were doing, and the other guy showed up. Excuse me. Can we talk? I'm busy here. I mean, can you see? Anyway, so now we find out the offer. So the Americans made an offer, and the Russian says, yeah, okay. The offer is not the ultimatum. The offer is not the sanctions. It's something else. What could that be? Remember, we won. That's how the narrative is constructed. And the Russians broke. But as I said, they will give us information one by one, so we don't figure out actually it might have been the other way around. So let me show you. Russia Today, 7th of August. United States has made acceptable offer. And I will name the venue where Putin will meet, or the acceptable venue for the Russians where they could meet Trump. Before, in the other video, they said, well, we decided on the venue, but they did not name it there. Why? Pick. So that's the first one with the offer, and the other one is the name of the venue. Yuri Ushakov has praised talks between President Vladimir Putin and U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff as constructive. Russia has received an acceptable offer from the U.S. on settling the Ukraine conflict. Wow, great! I like it. Finally, the Americans said, we are coming to talk to you at the Kremlin, not the Kremlin comes to me. That means I want something from you. That means I am in the inferior position towards you in the negotiations. And I am not the mediator. I'm the negotiator for the losing side, which is, you know who, Al Capone in this case. But it's not going to be portrayed that way. We won, God damn it. All right, so these guys show up for the 5th time to Russia, to Moscow. Remember? And these guys are showing up, and they offered after the 4th time, they come the 5th time. These guys eventually, they probably offered, and the Russians said, okay, yeah, now it's acceptable. I told you the Russians have I reported 4 non-negotiable things that they entered Ukraine for. I am almost certain the losing side, through Witkoff, sent by Trump, agreed to those. I guarantee you, in some shape or form, the denazification, demilitarization, no NATO in Ukraine, and the recognition of the taken territories, all were agreed upon, probably in principle. That's why they will meet. Remember, the Russian says, we're not going to meet with Trump, Zelensky, or Tom Jones just to have a little dance over there and in front of the media. We have to figure out what we're going to sign. That's the reason why we meet. We don't meet over there to have a we're not going to have a tango. Okay, over there we're gonna sign documents. We're serious. We're not like you showman business here. Showman business, whatever. Let's read further. Kremlin aide Yuri Ushakov has said, following a visit by the U.S. Special Envoy. Speaking to reporters on Thursday, Ushakov commented on the talks between Vitkov and Russian President Vladimir Putin, noting that Moscow has received a proposal from the Americans, which is ready to consider without providing further details. Ushakov also noted that Russia and U.S. have topics to discuss, while agreeing with the view of the U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who earlier described the talks as a good day. Rubio had added that we still have a ways to go, but we're certainly closer to peace today than we were to yesterday, when we weren't close at all. So you got it? So what could that be? The Russians will not agree to give up their 4 non-negotiable. And the Americans know it, and the Americans did not agree with that at the beginning. I suspect they agreed to them, and I tell you why. There's no reason for the Russians to agree with anything the Americans are saying. After all, Americans got these guys in Ukraine. So they say, you know what, we are all in. Now, as Lavrov said, we're not trusting the West at all. We trust their actions, not their words anymore. We got burned too many times. And that's true. If you don't think so, a few clicks will remind you of many promises these guys broke. That's the first one. Let's go to the venue name, or the name of the venue. Russia Today. Putin names possible venue, talks with Trump. I mentioned in the other video, right here, I mentioned that one of them could be Turkey and another one could be Saudi Arabia because of Mohammed bin Salman, who wants to be rehabilitated. But it seems like Putin doesn't want Mohammed bin Salman. It seems to want someone else in the area as well. I told you in this one, he will not go in the West, obviously, for obvious reason. That was like, come on, Emil, we all knew that. So that was not deep. All right, the United Arab Emirates is among the potential locations for the meeting, the Russian president has said. Did you see how Putin, was received when he landed in the United Arab Emirates? Was that where his plane with the Suhois and then the Emirates with American planes went and did a Russian flag, and he was received with the horses and all that? It was like, oh my God, even I was impressed. So I think Putin might like that again. And Trump would like that, to dance a little bit of a sword dance with Mohammed bin Salman in Riyadh. All right. Russian President Vladimir Putin has said the United Arab Emirates could be a suitable location for a meeting with the U.S. counterpart Donald Trump. An in-person meeting between the two presidents could take place as early as next week, according to Kremlin. Putin made the remarks speaking to journalists on Thursday following his talks in Moscow with UAE leader Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. Asked about the location for a summit, Putin said Russia has many friends. I don't know if Russia's friends are also US's friends who are ready to help, and pointed to the UAE as an option. One of our friends is the president of the United Arab Emirates. I think we will decide, but this would be one of the quite suitable places, he said. Got that? All right. So, stay tuned. I will bring you another peek as soon as the Kremlin calls. Emil, we got something for you. Okay, tell me. Sloboda, how is that the word? Sloboda. Anyway, something like this. So my friends, here it is. The venue could be there, and obviously the other guys made an offer. Remember, the Russians did not stop from their brum, brum thing. That is not drilling. Brum, brum is something else. Okay? So, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. What offer?